seem to be fighting purely defensively. They haven't really, at this stage, apparently got any plan for how to break the Parliament army. And the cavalry forces, which are moving in and out of the other units, are making the movement of both sides, I think, very difficult. Thank you, Gareth. Julie, I'm going to go right to the rear of the Parliament army and talk to the main battery artillery. I'll get back to you in a short while. Nick?
I'll give you all a few minutes to video what's before you without old dulcet tones. I'll be back with you in a few minutes.
Let us just do this one. I beg your indulgence. I'm now approaching the large pieces of artillery from the Parliament army. These are the major pieces of ordnance that Fairfax has managed to drag all the way here. His gunners seem in good fettle. I will now go with them and ask some questions. I wonder what the disposition is with gunpowder. Sir, for our intelligence, how much ammunition have you left this day?
We certainly have enough ammunition to defeat this battle and the rout of the Royalist army, sir.
How far are your guns? Have you found your range?
The range is perfect. My gunners are working exceedingly well. The Royalists will be, no doubt, splitting and fleeing before too long.
Sir, what are the calibers of your main artillery here this day?
The main guns are 3, 4 and 5 pound guns.
Sir, do you feel you'll be able to close the range and engage with K-shot this day?
I doubt whether that will be necessary. We can actually destroy the enemy and their defences from long range.
I will now go much further still, because these gunners seem to be well endowed with good artillery. Sir, how goes the day for you?
It goes well. The Royalists have met a sad day today, because this is a new army. This is the army of God. This is the army of Parliament. They will rue this day and they'll lose it.
Julie, I must now return to the main lines. I return to you.
Parliament seems to be getting the upper hand. They're pushing the Royalists back towards York. But they're fighting desperately. They don't want to endure another siege in York. They must be worried that if Parliament does win the day, will they continue on during the night and try and take York, whilst the Royalists are fleeing back within the city walls? Will they just press forward to their advantage? They've left women and children defenceless in the city behind the walls. Don't forget that this is the second most important city in the country at this time, after London. London is in Parliament's hands. York is still in Royalist.
Julie, the light is fading badly now. It's getting on to near 8 o'clock at night. Surely darkness will now fall, and still the armies are engaged. I've heard, and I wish you could confirm it, that even this day the main train of ammunition has still not arrived to support the Earl of Newcastle. What can you say on this matter?
I don't think the Royalist supply train has come up yet. I think that the Parliament did the right thing to attack at 7. Rupert was totally unprepared save for his drawings on his piece of paper, but he did not have the men to deploy on the field with the backup.
Julie, I found myself in the midst of a cavalry engagement, and I feel a whinnying noises, horses are going down, there's a clash of steel. I'm surrounded by Prince Rupert and elements of Oliver Cromwell, and Oliver Cromwell is on the field. I can confirm, I can see Oliver Cromwell. He is still on the field, he is still riding.
That's good news, because he is a very able soldier. His men follow him blindly, rather like they do Black Tom, Thomas Fairfax.
Julie, I can say that Prince Rupert is starting to look, there's a look in his face of fear. I think he's sensing there's defeat in the day. I can't get any closer, there's too much confusion in the medley. But could it be that the confidence of Prince Rupert has broken? Could this be the first element of the defeat for the Royalist Army, I wonder? What say you?
If he is defeated this day, his uncle Charles will be very, very displeased. He needs to keep the north of the country under his control. He is losing at various parts. He still has Bristol, but that is very shaky.
Judy, I'm going to walk over now to our colleagues in the Parliament and see if I can get information on the wound that Cromwell has suffered. Sirs, I must need intelligence for this day. We heard that Oliver Cromwell has received a wound. Can anybody confirm, was this wound serious?
He's been taken to the rear as it seems at the moment.
Do you think he will return this day?
Without a doubt, he'll be back to lead us to victory.
Sirs, I've just seen your engagement with Rupert, and I think I see fear in his eyes. Do you think you now have a true upper hand? Do you think you have tied his troops, and you now are going to succeed this day?
The tide is about to turn. We'll chase them all the way to York.
Hallelujah, sir, I wish you well. Hallelujah, brothers.
As you have just been with the Rupert horse and Rupert himself, did you see his dog Boy? I have heard a rumour that he's been foully killed by the parliamentarians.
Yes, I can confirm that. He had the carcass of the foul beast cast about his saddle behind him, and I can say there were tears in his eyes. Though I scarce understand why a commander would want to take the field with a foul beast such as a hound of hell he had. Is all well with Gareth? I've heard nothing but Gareth. Is he safe, madam?
The last I heard, he was amongst the Royalist Army. I've not heard from him recently. I can see him.
Well, from the Royalist Army, things seem to have fallen into a slight lull at the moment. I'm trying to find Lord Goring because I think one of his hopes that Oliver Cromwell had been wounded must be has been seen hail and moving around. But at the moment, nobody's clear where Lord Goring or indeed any of the other commanders are. So I would feel there are still lots of individual conflicts going on, but the Royalist Army seems to be pulling back, preparing its order for attack.
It looks as if the Royalists are pulling back.
Gordon, so I'm going to gain an attention.
Well, I can now tell you that Parliament is down to 6 rounds of ammunition. They have only 6 rounds left, and I feel very certain that the Royalist Army has